What's up, everybody? Welcome to the KindaFunny podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Now, Greg, I normally don't talk a lot on this podcast.
Yeah, it's about time.
But I'd like to say something that I think is important to say, because in the spirit of camaraderie and our friendship, and, you know, we're going into the holidays, and I feel very familial right now. I feel like I want to share the love. I'd like to compliment one Andy Cortez on his shoes today. They're very
They match his drink.
They match everything. They flow well. They're not ugly as shit.
Oh.
Thank you. It was positive for a second. Then it was like talking shit about the other shoes you wear.
You know, whenever Nick is complimenting you, it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's like, where's the twist?
Exactly. You know, he's building to something. He's building to something, right?
But
I was just happy it wasn't about me. You know what I mean? When he starts into something like that, I was like, oh, this is the thing.
But the same could be said for the opposite, Andy. Like, whenever I'm dogging on you, we're just right around the corner from a compliment.
From another dog.
Too many dogs.
You got hot Cheetos on you here? Do you have some Takis today?
How'd you know?
There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you know.
I didn't have lunch, so I stopped by the corner store and bought a little hot Fritos. However, there was another corner store I stopped at, and there's like a line outside. Well, what's going on here? And I guess maybe they hit their limit of in-store people, or maybe it's that school is out.
Oh, so you didn't go to this corner store? With
the first one I didn't go to.
Okay, you just drove by.
It's likely that the first one I went to, there was a line outside because it's like, school's out. A lot of little kids are going to get in here and they're probably stealing shit. Yeah. So they had a person at the door as if it was like they're getting into a club.
Maybe it was exclusive. Maybe it was like an exclusive corner store.
You think so?
I think it's possible.
Do you think maybe they were dropping a Supreme shirt that day?
Don't move your mouth like that.
Yeah, what is that all about?
He understands references. He feels good about himself.
It's what he does. It's
I
just,
thought that one was going to get Tim for sure, but he's tough enough to crack today.
He's dead set on not having fun on this podcast.
Quality like that.
Oh, my God. Like,
that was a great one.
Thank you.
Nick usually has Tim eating out of the palm of his hands. With that one. It's a tough nut to crack today.
It's a Monday.
So the second store I stopped by, I was like, I'm going to get lunch. Here's a little bag of hot Fritos. I'm eating all those. And I got the Cheeto fingers. I got the red.
I'll tell you what. Tim, let me see your ankle.
My ankle?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like this. I'm wearing new socks today. I feel like they're too low. See, look
low?
at how. Look at that.
Oh my
You know
God!
what I
You
mean?
are
You're not even wearing
translucent.
socks, bro.
Well, no, I got. We aren't sponsored. We're not sponsored by MeUndies today.
Well, we are sponsored. Well, just in general, we're sponsored by MeUndies.
But
I'm always wearing MeUndies.
okay, but I got these. Look at
But
these.
those are small socks, though.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Jen ordered me new boxers, right? Big news. They make MeUndies, and again, we're not sponsored by MeUndies today, correct?
I don't know.
Who knows?
But we're always sponsored.
We love MeUndies.
Well, I'm MeUndies, so.
I'm
We can just say
give
hello
a
to
shout
them.
out, man.
Damn it! All right, we are sponsored by MeUndies, but I swear this is part of the bit. So I got the matching Spider-Man MeUndies that are now longer, which is great for my thighs, and have a button, not a button, but a fly that I can open so I have to pull them down like a third grader at a urinal. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
But then I got these, and so they've just been chilling there. These MeUndies socks with Spider-Man on them.
If you don't want them, I love low socks like that, and I need them because they look cool with all my shoes.
It's
So if you
not that
wanna
I
give them to me, it'd be
don't
great.
like them. It's just that I'm not used to them.
Can
As you all know, I was post-college, guilted for wearing tube socks in the
I
middle of the
thought,
shin.
Greg, and I know this is kind of a jump. I thought you were about to say that post-college you wore tighty whities, and I believe it.
I believe it is if you still wore tighty whities.
You know, I'm trying to think. I think it might have just been Seinfeld. I think there was an episode of Seinfeld where they talk about it, you know, the tighty whities keeping your balls too close to your body heat, killing your sperm count. And I was like, I don't want that. And I started wearing boxers. You know what I mean? And then I eventually, you know, I didn't want kids, but then I never thought to revert because I just liked the boxer business of it. And then I started wearing the boxer
You're acting
briefs.
like it's like untying your tubes, like back to tidy whities. I couldn't stop wearing these. But I do want to mention that I think this is like the first time I've ever seen Greg Miller's ankles, and I'm also wondering, is this similar to your neck thing, where if a cold chill hits your ankles and you're not aware of it, time to shit?
Great question.
Because you've never had to experience it. It's always the neck.
I'm always wearing the cons, so I don't think ankle chill is the thing that happens a lot. Nor do I think
Now
it's
it
because
is.
it's not even so much remember the neck chill. It's just the body chill of being in a supermarket. It's hot outside. You come into a supermarket.
Yeah.
You're over there looking at a
Loosens
cantaloupe.
everything up.
You know what I mean? You're over there getting some kale. And then
Only
bam,
when you're
that
looking at a
chili too.
cantaloupe.
You know what I mean? I went into a Safeway yesterday. Bought a DiGiorno pizza. Let me tell you, that was chilly, but I didn't get a chill. I didn't have to poop. It was okay. Everything was
good.
all right. Don't worry about it.
That's good. How was that DiGiorno?
Oh, I didn't make it yet. I like to have it on standby.
What happened to the DiGiorno person?
Thank you. This is what I thought when I bought the DiGiorno pizza. Remember? You
I don't know,
remember this?
DiGiorno, man. You're out there.
It's not even that. So if you don't know, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we had a kind of funny best friend who ran the socials for DiGiorno, was in the Twitch as DiGiorno, was on Twitter as DiGiorno. Has DiGiorno stopped being funny on Twitter?
I don't know. Everyone tweet at DiGiorno and say, "Do you still love us?"
I mean, the
That's
thing
what I
is,
want.
I don't see any more DiGiorno interaction, and I got to assume
Where's the love?
the
for
social
Kind of Funny?
person.
Well, this you heard
bounced.
about the Clausen Pickles thing, right?
No.
Remember where I made a big stink on the Twitter one day about Clausen Pickles, and then Clausen Pickles all of a sudden
Thanks,
started
Chicken.
tweeting and being funny and making a whole bunch of pickle puns and talking to us, and
Right.
and I responded to him one day, and I was like, "Thanks for making the pickles." They're like, "No, thank you for getting me the job," because when I interacted with Clausen Pickles at one time on Twitter, the Clausen's Pickle, the brand, was like, "Damn, we should do something with a social account." So they hired a social person.
Oh.
But
I didn't know
then
this.
randomly that person must have been let go because now Clausen Pickles is just like, "Thank you for doing this."
This
and
is
here's
not
the
how-
feedback."
this
It's no
is
longer
not how we run our
jokes.
pickle
It's no
corporation.
longer memes and stuff. Now here's the problem.
I've been thinking this whole time, DiGiorno's gone.
DiGiorno has supported us for a number of years, right? I still can't spell it. I got
D-I.
Yeah, G.
G-I-O.
Capital G, though, isn't it?
Oh.
Is there intercaps?
There it is.
Do you think
is.
there's a J in there?
I just wasn't putting the. I
Well,
was
you could
going
do D
DiGiorno.
apostrophe,
You know what I mean? I wasn't going
you know?
DiGiorno.
Like,
Let's see what we got here.
yeah.
We're looking at their thing
Mjolnir.
now.
Can I talk about my socks while you do that?
It doesn't look like they're being funny anymore.
You got me there, dude.
Like what,
Here's what we'll do. So what would? All right. This is the problem, right? How do we?
find
What's
out.
the right thing to DM DiGiorno? Because I can't just be, "Are you the same DiGiorno
No,
person?"
you literally
right?
DM, "Hey, is this still
Yeah.
you? Is this still
Hey,
you?"
what up?
Is it still you?
Yeah, is
Is it still you? That's
You
a great
what?
question. That's
Yeah,
it.
hit you
Is
up.
it still
Is
you?
it still you?
Because like it's
Question
not only the funny thing you're mentioning, it's also
I
just
said typo. Is you? Is still you?
In your haste.
it's also
Sorry,
the lack
I'm on a podcast.
of gaming kind of interactions. You would always see DiGiorno interacting with Xbox and likely because it was the kind of funny best friend who was working there. And now I'm wondering, do they feel like they got all they needed out of us and they moved on? Time to
think
go to
it was-
Markiplier or something.
I mean, everything got
No.
shooken up so much with the pandemic and stuff like that. You have to imagine people moved on from different roles. But what I was going to say about my socks was that the other day I bought these socks because I like how red they are.
They
right?
remind me of the Portillo socks I have, or Santa
And-
socks. Yeah.
And look how small they are, right? They don't look that they're that big, right?
No.
So if I'm being
They
honest
look
with you
like the
guys,
perfect like
That looks like the perfect
gloves.
length,
They look
yeah.
like glove material.
they're very comfortable. But what
I have a controversial thing to say here. They might be too comfortable looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They look like the materials you put on your hands for gloves, like
gloves,
like
yeah,
warm mittens or like a scarf material.
But here's what I'm gonna say to you guys. I'm gonna admit something to you. I'm gonna run the risk of you guys using this against me later. in
When
later
would we do
years.
that to you?
I put my jeans on before my socks. I don't mean to do it.
Oh, you're
But
a fucking
every
psycho.
time I get dressed, for whatever reason, I put my jeans on and I go, socks. I gotta put socks on still. So I pull them up and I never know how long my socks are. The other day, last night I was gonna go to Punchline and I was like, maybe I'm not gonna go. Got in my jammies and then I got a text from one of my friends like, you gotta go tonight, it's gonna be lit. I was like, all right, fine. Put the socks on first for the first time. These socks just kept going up. They are knee-high socks.
We
I'm gonna
need to
show
see.
you right
We
now.
need to see.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
How high can you get them? Can we get
Whoa!
Wow.
Oh my
See
God!
how high these
Look
socks
at that.
are.
Look at that,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen.
I was
Those are like-
taken aback.
Comical.
This is like.
like complexion socks.
Oops, I did it again. Fucking stockings, like
Yeah,
schoolgirl
dude.
stockings.
I am more impressed that your jeans can go that high.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Like, I don't think I could pull my jeans up.
Are these real jeans or are these like those like stretchy jeans
you know what?
like
Why don't
Mike
you
wears?
fucking mind your own business? You piece of shit. Why you gotta
I can identify a fake jean a mile
Fucking
away.
sit there with your goddamn like hard denim in your hard denim life, and let me have a little stretch in my pants.
You stretching that out reminds me of the one time that at the old studio, Greg walked behind me. There's a gif of this. of Greg pulling up his MeUndies underwear and like it shocked me that he stretched it up to his nipples.
His boobs.
And I just couldn't believe it. I was like, no, there's no way that's what you're wearing right now. But it was. I was just so surprised by the stretchy.
And now think about how low they're
capabilities.
going on top of how high they're going. Because again, I'm wearing the new ones that are like the extended, like
The long john-ish,
Yeah.
like, not
Oh,
quite
I
like
love
medium
those.
john.
You got to get the little hole in there, flop it out, pee.
That's
what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Great.
Not like
Good
the
stuff.
button-down butt flap, just like
No.
a normal fly to the, the undies. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I just cut a hole.
Nick brought up the word jammies. Changed it into some jammies. And
jams.
we've done hundreds of episodes of
Jammers.
the show together, so we must have talked about this at some point, but I don't remember. What are your jammies?
Oh, when we go to bed?
Yeah, like what's your bed
Boxers.
outfit?
I
Just
mean-
boxers?
A shirt with MeUndies.
Yeah.
That's my nighttime thing.
My nighttime is also a shirt, a MeUndies shirt, and MeUndies. No socks. You a sock person?
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
Not in bed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's
crazy.
weird.
That's crazy.
You'd have to be a fucking psychopath like
I
Gia.
think anybody who wears socks in bed needs to be like looked at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they suck. I would never do that.
Don't do the lip thing! Nick, stop the lip thing!
I'm not wearing socks all day long, guys. There's 1 second where I'm not wearing socks in the shower. And
Wait,
if I could
1
get
second.
shower socks, I would wear them in the
So
shower.
Nick wears his
Water
socks
socks. Water
in
socks.
bed.
In bed. Get up, I hang the socks, I put my other socks back on, and I go to work.
No,
Do you take the
no.
socks off, then put the
then
jeans on, then put the socks back on?
Yeah, I get out of bed, put my jammy socks on the hook. As you guys know, I wear socks multiple times in a row, and because my feet don't smell, we confirmed that on last week's podcast.
We did confirm that.
I go to take a shower every morning, get out, put the pants on, go. I gotta put the socks on. Always forget the socks.
I hate you.
Put the socks on, go about my business. I wore the same. There's 2 pairs of socks hanging on my hooks at any given time. Like big puffy white ones, dad socks, like Snowbike Mike wears now, and then these bad boys.
I hate you.
Does Snowbike Mike wear tidy whities?
I don't know.
No, I mean not when
No.
he's changing in the fucking Chili's parking lot. I
Because
just stand there with him.
I would not put it past. Like he seems like the type of motherfucker that like unironic is like, yeah, no, these are my damn things. I tried
I'm
everything
a tight
else.
whiteys,
Not for
my
me.
T-dubs.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah,
I
T-dubs.
have, I do the shirt, Tim. I just whatever shirt, like old. It's always usually
You
old
put on
shirts.
a new shirt though to get in. You're not coming from the street and you don't wear the shirt you're wearing right now.
No,
Yeah.
no, I have dedicated like night shirts.
Yeah.
And the reason being, I'm an oily boy. I'm oily.
Sure.
Yeah.
I
Slide.
whenever I used to sleep shirtless a lot with only underwear or boxers, my mom, who was like such a stickler because she would like wash our sheets, she'd be like,
Mijo who ate a pizza in bed.
no, she'd be like, the sheets smell like just
boofy.
body oil.
Yeah, boofiness.
You need to like wear a shirt. You need to, and I was like, all right. So I started wearing shirts, and I didn't like it at first, but it prevents me from having. And that's the thing, I've always been a night shower. Imagine if I was a morning shower and went to bed with
worse,
all that
yeah.
oil. Too much oil. Too much oil. So now I'm going to bed. I shower first. Go to bed. T-shirt, MeUndies, no socks. Nothing better than a freshly washed sheet, and then going to sleep. Holy cow! I mean, that's heaven. That's a little.
good.
That's a little slice of heaven, Nick.
What about you, Greg?
What's the mood? That's
Oh.
the thing. Yeah, usually I would say
Like,
what's the
are you
temperature?
super drunk?
What are
Can I
the
set
moods?
scene
Like, what
for
are the
you? Can I set
different?
the scene?
Sure.
It's warm outside. It's a hot evening.
Sure.
You've had not 1, not 2, but 3 IPAs, some
Okay.
hazy IPAs.
Sure.
There was some wings in there that might have been a little too hot, and now you've had an extra helping of dessert.
Jesus.
What are you going to bed?
I mean, I'm probably mortified by my body. I'm hiding it. I'm going to bed in like a burlap sack.
The wings are too
I've
hot.
had
Let's get some
2
dessert.
fucking desserts. And a bunch of beer.
Greg is wrapping himself in a sleeping bag, then getting into bed.
Because when I overeat on a hot night, I like to just let it all hang out, al fresco.
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, that's usually the flip of the coin. I think you're getting if you're breaking in. Am I in the T-shirt and the MeUndies because we keep
Yeah.
calling them MeUndies, I guess, but they are my MeUndies. But
Yeah.
this isn't part of the sponsorship. Or am I nudie?
Are you getting a history of violence?
Am I-
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. When Ed Norton comes
just
out.
too,
Yeah.
just too naked. No. The history of violence was, you're thinking American History X.
Yeah.
History of violence, if I'm not mistaken, in chat.
Viggo
correct me if I'm wrong.
Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen and the other Russian dude fight naked in the shower.
Yeah.
It's a brutal, violent fight, but they're both very naked.
I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
At that
yeah,
time,
yeah,
just tug the wiener.
That's what they used to do back in the Greco-Roman days.
yeah. I appreciate the God Mike
That's what
jingle
they
of
call
the
wrestling.
ice. Kevin enjoying his beverage.
I can't sleep naked.
Oh, really?
Eastern
What about in a
Promises.
hotel? What
Thank
about
you,
in a
Chris
hotel?
Anka. Eastern Promises.
No, I mean even then I just feel
Really?
Because
Dude, there's
one.
nothing better than being naked in a hotel bed. Those crisp sheets.
I mean, I'm down, but I have respect for people, and I know myself. and I gotta put it out there that some have been holding back from everybody.
Oh no.
Dirty asshole.
It's just my butt is often sweaty and wet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? I'm
Sweaty
not trying to get my butt juice.
Swamp ass. You got the swamp ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to. I know the world doesn't deserve that. They didn't ask for that.
No, they don't want it.
No.
Victoria's Games says hotel sheets are nasty in the Patreon chat. Guess what? Everything in the fucking hotel is nasty.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? What do you want me to fucking do?
But like, isn't everything nasty everywhere?
Also a great
Like,
point, Kev.
Everywhere is nasty.
That's why you got to
It's
lace
all
up the
disgusting.
surfaceness.
Yeah.
I don't sleep naked in the hotels, not because I have any sort of moral objection to it.
Yeah.
They just don't. The blankets just aren't thick enough. And I like
Oh,
the, I
man,
like the
what?
here's what I like to do in the hotels.
Yeah.
I get in, I crank the air conditioning down to like 67. I like to walk in and have my eyes go.
It's gotta be
too cold.
fucking
It's too
cold.
fucking cold.
Gotta
It's
be
too cold.
cold.
And then I like to get underneath the blankets.
I feel like it's always 62.
But I've gotten to a point in hotels where I'm like, I want it to be cold outside but warm inside. And I no lie have taken the towels off of the extra towels and put them on top of the bed because the
Damn.
blankets aren't warm enough.
That's a pro move.
Why don't you just call them and say, I need more blankets?
I don't want to sound needy.
Oh. I have no problem sounding needy at a hotel. The amount of times I'm like, hey, yeah, you know how you guys have the pillow with the stuffing? I need the ones with the foam in it. And they'll bring you different pillows.
Do you remember the time we went to Scottsdale for the meet and greet?
Yeah.
And we all stayed in that Airbnb.
So cold.
And it was so cold that I went into the closet and I found a plastic bag that the duvet came in. And I snuggled into that and put the duvet on top of me.
I don't think I've recovered since then. Like I think
You've never been warm since then?
I think that had long-lasting effects on my health. Like
It was tough.
I still think about just how much my head hurt that night. Like
was
my
cold.
head, my skull was cold. It was a fucking nightmare.
I don't like this. Cameron Kennedy, who's usually on our side, Greg is a germaphobe only 85% of the time. What do you people want me to fucking do? I've been sent on the road to see your fucking goddamn jackass faces, all right?
Yeah,
I gotta
stupid
sleep somewhere,
faces.
so I gotta sleep in a hotel.
You
want me
don't
to
have to do it naked though.
Why not? Well, it's not? The sheets aren't what's gonna get me. The bed bugs are what's gonna get me.
right.
And if they're there, they're
gonna hang on
already
your
there.
clothes.
The
They're gonna
fact
hang
that
on your
every other motherfuckers walked on these carpets and pressed their dirty ass shit into it, that's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta grip it and rip it, all right?
You do.
I'm in the
Right, dude.
hotel,
Thank you, Soggy
I'm
90.
fucking drinking overpriced coffee, and I'm having a great time. That's what life gotta be sometimes.
There's nothing more freeing than fighting the concession thing. First day, you're like, I'm not going to eat any of the snacks in the room.
Oh.
Second day, I'm like, I'm breaking. Third day, you're like, you know what? I fucking deserve it.
Yeah.
I deserve that $15 tiny little bag of kettle corn.
Go into
can't relate.
RTX and spending $11 on a little bag of M&Ms.
It's a little bag where you're like, and you're like, it's over. And you're
That's
like, oh,
luxury.
it's
That's
stale.
true luxury.
I mean, you got to treat yourself sometimes,
Yeah.
Andy. You deserve it. You got cool shoes.
He's a Hispanic heartthrob, Texas Street, Latino heat, clicking heads and ripping them to shreds. The Globetrotting headshot nitro rifle from Twitch.tv. Andy Cortez.
How good do you think you need to get at piano for us to do Late Night with David Letterman and you could be my Paul Schaefer?
Oh, I like that. But he plays bass though, didn't he?
Oh, Paul Schaefer's the piano guy.
Oh,
He's the piano guy.
Oh, I guess I'm thinking of like,
Kevin.
hey, he says a joke, he goes, hey, Pa, and you hear, Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that always happened.
You can do it. You can get the whammy bar thing. Like, wow.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I mean, I would need to be way better than I am now because, like, Paul Schaefer is a very good musician.
He's pretty good.
You're pretty good at it.
And I could do that with guitar.
What's he doing now?
Paul Schaefer?
Yeah.
Cashing checks? I
Okay.
don't know. I mean, this guy made a lot of money probably on the Late Show.
That's a really great question.
Come on.
Why you?
let's look it
Well,
up.
I was gonna say why you introduced him.
Okay. And of course, he's Forbes 30 under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. the engaged one at Tim Geddes.
Paul Schaefer is 72 years old.
Sure.
Yeah.
He let's see. Why does Paul Schaefer always wear glasses?
That's what you wanted. You took the mic with just all you had was he was 72.
Honestly,
Honestly, he's young.
I'm going to tell you why he wears glasses. In an interview from 2004, it says, "I bought them immediately with my prescription and wore them in a rock number for the sitcom," recounts Schaefer. When the show was canceled, Schaefer
sitcom?
returned to SNL. "I continue to wear those big white glasses on SNL as my personal homage to Elton John," he says. "But I also realized those glasses got me attention." That's an article from 2004. What did you want to know?
What's he doing?
What's he doing? Now.
I mean, like,
Like I see,
always
I
where it's at.
I turn on Netflix every so often,
Yeah.
right? And I see what's up, and I go find something. Then I see my next guest, with David Letterman or whatever.
Love
I never
it.
clicked on it though. You know what I mean?
It's good.
His beard looks too much like Dan Reichert's. I don't like it.
It's a really, really
is Paul
good show.
Schaefer on it at all?
No, I don't think he had Paul on it. But there's been some of them not great, but some of them have been really, really good episodes. Or just really good interviews.
In 2020, Schaefer and his wife contracted COVID.
They didn't make it.
No, they're both still living.
Oh,
But maybe we skip to the end of the Wikipedia and see where that is.
Where it says what's he doing now, like what's his career now,
Current career trajectory.
You look at that all.
I got you.
Of course, everybody, this is the Kind of Funny podcast each and every week. 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Everybody coming to hang out with each other and have a good time. If you want to hang out and have a good time with us, go to patreon.com/kindafunny. Over there, you could be watching us record the show live, just like Kyle is. Kyle says, is my wife a psychopath? She puts ice cream in the microwave to soften it.
No, I've heard that.
No, I've
That's
done
horrifying.
that. I've
That's
done that.
horrifying.
You don't
Just
do it. You
wait.
do like 3
10
seconds.
seconds max,
Yeah, not
yeah.
even. Yeah.
It's one of those where
put
I
the
would
whole
never.
thing in there.
Kevin, I'm with you that it's horrifying. What I like to do
you.
is
Fuck.
eating anything is sexual, right? And so I like. You put it out there, right? And that's the foreplay, right? That's just in there. You're getting excited.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at Andy. Don't do anything you're doing.
Andy, what's worse, the hand thing or my lips?
They're both equally
man.
awful.
You're just sitting there. You're getting ready. You know what I mean? You're getting ready for some
I
action.
really want to understand what you're even saying
Are
here.
you just saying?
So as opposed to warming up the ice cream, you're literally saying that watching the ice cream and licking your lips like that's part of the foreplay?
I'm saying you take the ice cream and you scoop it, you put it there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's too cold for my teethums. You sit there and you just look.
I don't think that's the problem
You're
ever.
getting excited.
You're comparing that to foreplay?
It's the anticipation. It's the anticipation.
You tell her, like, stop teasing me, baby.
How have you stayed married this long? I get what you're saying though. It's the anticipation, right? It's too hard to get into. You can't get. You're like, I gotta crack this now. And then when it gets to that perfect level of cold, where it's a little malleable, that's when you start fucking handling it. I love that, man.
As a kid, we had these little ice cream bowls when my parents bought. It was a bad move, but they had them. They were like, imagine like a goblet, but then it had like a flower print on the side and had like edges or whatever. They had these things, right? And I remember, I'd get some ice cream, and my thing was I would like to put my hands around it, right? And I like to warm it up a little bit to soften it a little bit, and then eventually start like I would mix it, get into really like a pasty thing, and then eat it that way.
Oh, I like
Not
that.
like soup. More of an oatmeal consistency.
No, I used to do the same thing. I used to love that. That used to be my favorite thing that ice cream would get to, where it looks like a glue almost.
Sure, yeah,
and I used to pretend in my
Like
brain
you're
that
eating
it's like
concrete.
putty. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why. It was just fun.
Don't shake your head.
There's too much things to shake my head at. Like,
God, I hate the idea
Fuck is these
of
kids
like a
with these normal
fucking
upbringings.
12-year-old Greg Miller.
No, I was way younger than
Getting
that.
his ice cream ready and like just fucking
getting
hard
his
as a-
rocks off. Yeah.
just hard as a rock under there. Like I'm prepping my ice cream. This is so seductive.
I didn't know at the time. All right, I didn't know it was gonna eventually
We
be
were
like
12.
sex.
Everyone was 12
You
once.
didn't know what was going on with
No.
that, you know?
In '98, Schaefer
Yeah.
was on Hollywood Squares.
Oh, Andy. This is not as helpful as you thought it would be. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to patreon.com/kindafunny, you could be watching us record the show live right now. You could get the show ad-free. You could be a producer. You could get 38 episodes of monthly exclusive bonus content, all on patreon.com/kindafunny. But if you have no bucks to toss our way, it's no big deal. You can get the show for free on youtube.com/kindafunny and podcast services around the globe. That was awesome. Each and every week. Of course, if you're on the Epic Game Store, please use the creator code KindaFunny to support us. You can also use that in Fortnite, Rocket League, and of course, Rumbleverse, wherever you're playing those games. You can put in KindaFunny. It doesn't cost you anything. Even if you download free stuff, it benefits us. Speaking of free, you can write in to be part of the show at kindafunny.com/KF podcast. Is that
I'm
correct,
getting
Darren?
nothing
Yeah.
on
Sounds right.
Schaefer, dude. Like, he was on The Masked Singer in 2018.
That show's been on since 2018.
Dude, that show's been going forever. So
Yeah.
Feels new still.
I know
a
it's-
single
I-
episode of
Crush
that
it.
show.
KF podcast already. Kindafunny.com/KF podcast.
I know what you mean. That it does feel like this show's been on
I haven't seen
forever.
a single episode either. I've honestly
seems like
I haven't even
Tim-ass
seen a
show,
clip
though.
of it. Yeah, it does.
Oh, you're crazy. No, what do you mean you haven't seen a clip of it?
I just haven't. I've seen images, I've seen like things, but I've never actually
Remember,
seen like.
Rudy Giuliani was on it.
Oh,
Remember
they
this?
walked off. They
I
were
didn't see
pissed.
it.
Ken Jeong
I heard all about this.
walked off stage. He was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to entertain this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here. this weekend I had a really fun-filled weekend.
Tell me all about it.
We had Day of the Devs, which was a blast. My first in-person anything, company-wise, like in years, and it was a lot of fun to be there, seeing a bunch of games with a bunch of cool people. Still, Mike was there, Blessing was there, Roger was there.
But they were cool people too, you said.
Tell you, I got it. Like, comment, subscribe. The best part of it was that Tim Schafer went on stage while I was playing Mina the Hollower, the new Yacht Club game. People who made Shovel Knight in it.
Yeah.
Playing Mina the Hollower. Tim Schafer's on stage, popping off, doing just being cool. That's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I finished that.
So charismatic.
I'm leaving the demo. Tim Schafer walking by me, taps you on the shoulder. What's up, Andy?
Nice.
So cool.
Dude knows you, man.
So fucking
Dude knows
cool.
you.
So cool. So then I meet up with all the dudes, and we're like, hey, you all can keep playing these games. Because a couple of esports legends, me and Roger and Snowbike Mike, we got to go watch the League of Legends Worlds final. Shout out to Riot for getting us in and putting us on the media list. It was awesome as hell. We couldn't, unfortunately, we missed the whole Lil Nas X live performance.
What happened?
Nick, about 7 different people told us to go to 7 different places to get to the media entrance.
Sure.
While I have an email being like, where is this? And every person, every clueless motherfucker at the Chase Center, like, well, you got to check in your bag first. I'm like, I don't need to check in my bag. I'm media. Fucking point it. And they're like, oh, opposite side. You got to go to the... Walking around, God damn, we got our steps in. Let me tell you what. We kept on walking around the Chase Center, not knowing where to go. Every person kept telling us to go to a different spot. The amount of times that we said, no, they already told us that that's not right. You know, the amount of times we said that was just unbelievable. We're walking in circles left and right. And we finally find the media place. And there's nobody there to let us in because they're watching Lil Nas X perform.
Yeah,
makes sense.
And I ended up watching some of the clips on YouTube. It's up right.
There was a part where he's like, where's my friend Andy? Is Andy here?
He said, I thought I heard that. I thought he said something like that.
It's just, it was very awkward because he was like, shout out to Andy, everyone be cool, where's Andy? And the whole silent.
The coolest thing, though, was like just the production. This was like Super Bowl levels live production type shit where the gigantic floor is all LED, like a huge sort of circle on the ground. And they had these really cool things where they had these like clear screens that they were projecting shit onto. Like when I say clear screens, I mean like a net almost, like a thing.
Screen.
Yeah. But like you could see through it, and it's like you could see the crowd behind it, but it looked awesome as hell on the presentation or on the YouTube video. So that was cool. We just didn't see any of it, unfortunately. But we finally got in our seats. Once the performance was done, there was a guy trying to like tag along. Mike said that he was pulling a mic where we all finally walk into the media place, and the security guy's like, oh, they'll be right back here to check you in. They're just watching the concert or whatever. And this guy's with us, and he's like, you got tickets? And I was like, no, we're media. And he just like stayed there with us. And then eventually was like, can y'all let me in? And Roger's like, nah, man, sorry. And he's like,
And Mike's like, hey, what's your name, dude? You want to get lunch? Like,
he tried to pull it, but it's like you wouldn't have been on the list, so you wouldn't have been able to go in anyway.
Right.
He thought we had like, you know, he thought we could just like, no, he's with us, whatever. So he apparently he told them a sob story that he had bought fake tickets to this event.
Sure.
16,000 people watching video games happen. Absolutely unreal.
Correct.
Filled the Chase Center. Like 16,000 people is a lot of people, and this place was like fucking rocking, dude. It was so hilarious to like watch a big play happen and the crowd go crazy. Did I have a stern talking to with Snowbike Mike about him wandering off? Yes. We had a heart-to-heart.
Talk to me a little bit about this, because, yeah, I saw you tweet about it. There was a Twitter thread. I can try to get it up in time. But I saw Stella chimed in. It seemed like, once again, he was on the lam. Is that right?
No, but it doesn't surprise me. Having talked to Mike about what he did, Mike does this thing where, I mean, to be fair, it's awesome, but it's a Mike thing where he just walks. And then if he encounters a roadblock that he knows he's not supposed to be there, he has this confidence and he just keeps going. And people just let him into places.
Yeah,
it's very strange.
Let me read from Andy's thread here. Kevin, I sent it to Assets too.
Because if it were me, I would say, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not supposed to be here. And the guy would go, you're not. And he would say, get the fuck away.
I mean, I've said for years, go get Mike.
Go get Mike.
Andy starts his thread with
sense.
16,000 people watching a bunch of bot diffing all over the place. Crazy. And then
I know nothing about League of Legends at that moment, so I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but this is cool.
But then he scrolls down on this thread. This is what it's like hanging out with Snowbike Mike. He abandoned me and Raj Former, and we haven't seen him in about 40 minutes. Then it's a photo of Roger there with a Corona. Very nice, Roger.
There was 2 different moments where there was a desertion.
Right.
Where there was an escape, where I think the first time Mike was maybe gone for about 20 minutes or so.
Sure.
I think he went to go say hi to Stella, who was like a bit above us. She was in the media section. She works for IGN, for people who don't know. And then he came back.
Well, hold on. Kevin, click on the photo of Raj, not to full frame it, but to get to that tweet. Because to that tweet, Stella says, wait, he's not with you? He said he'd be right back, and I haven't seen him, lol. And then Mike responds, I see you from across the arena. Like, he has somehow gone from being with you guys to across the arena. You can see Andy there in that very bright jacket. Great for spotting him.
God damn, Andy, I love that.
Did Mike tweet? Did you see where Mike was? Did you catch where he was?
He ended up getting on a Discord call with Roger and was saying, I'm over here, look at me, I got into a box. And this is about 50 minutes
I got into a box.
of him being missing.
Yeah.
And I'm annoyed as all hell. And that's why we had a heart-to-heart the other night. And I was like, why don't be like this? If you're going to go adventure, think about your friends who might want to adventure with you.
With you. Yeah.
Don't leave. And he was like, okay, I hear you loud and clear. To be fair, like I'm always used to doing this alone.
He's full of shit, dude.
Yeah,
I've had
he
the
doesn't
same
listen
heart
to you
to
at all.
heart. He doesn't care.
He
He's
doesn't
gonna
give
do
a
it
shit.
again. He's a bad friend to hang out with. I'm
None
gonna be
of what you
100%
said
honest
to
with
him sunk in, and he doesn't respect you at all.
No, I think it may have sunk in. Let's just
Andy,
say that like
I've
some
stopped
alcohol was in my
hanging out
system and I was yelling. Let's just say
Ah,
that.
shit.
Here he comes.
Oh, here he comes.
Here
Get
he
a
comes.
mic. Get a
Kevin,
mic.
can we get him
Get
a stick
mic.
mic? We need a stick mic for Mike Howard, everybody.
I'm sure he's just gonna grab it.
He's going to grab, he's turning it on.
Here's
he's
what his
knocking on
defense
the
is going to
glass.
be. Andy, I was gone for a game. Do you know how long League of Legends games are?
I don't know.
They're
no
like
idea.
close to an hour at some moments.
He
Here
said,
he
we're getting
comes.
the stick mic. Mike came in hot, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
he just
heard.
came in from, he's starring in the Theranos play. So he's here dressed in that
Yeah.
outfit.
How's your blood machine doing?
Nice job. I'm glad you understand
Thank you.
that.
I got you.
Hello, Nick, Tim, Greg,
Yeah.
and Game 2, Andy. Okay, let's talk about this real quick, everybody. Your boy Snowbike Mike. I saw my guy Doorboy Danny. Gave him the look. Doorboy Danny said, come on in. Enjoy box seats for a game.
Did you know Danny?
Yeah, of course. And so I said, Doorboy Danny,
Wait,
thank
how do you know
No, he
Doorboy
doesn't know
Danny?
He does
Doorboy
not
Danny.
know
Well, I
Danny.
made friends with Doorboy Danny.
Okay,
right?
okay.
He
So
said
he
he
doesn't know
says
Danny.
I made friends with Doorboy Danny just right now. Like he had made friends with the bartender when I thought, oh, so you know him?
Royce,
No, I just
Royce
met
the
him.
bartender, is now my friend. And now, whenever I take out on a cute date, I'm going to see Royce at the bar because it's a nice
At
bar.
the Chase Bar.
No, this is a different downtown bar.
Another
downtown
place he
bar.
abandoned me and Roger at.
Here's the
Gotcha,
deal.
gotcha.
Andy and Roger are comfortable seating. I'm out taking a walk on the concourse like any sports fan does to see a
course.
brand new arena. I take a right. Doorboy Danny, we make friends. We get small talk. And he says, you want to see the box seats? I said, Doorboy Danny, I would love to see the box seats. He sets me up. It's the start of game 2. The game is now underway.
Are you alone in the box right now? That's awesome.
I'm alone at the box having great seats. Great. I can finally see the screen. Mind you, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see the screen where Andy's sitting. Right? And so here's the deal. I'm enjoying the game.
You should have brought the fake glasses.
It's one full game. The game ends. It's now game 3.
Yeah.
I return. Andy is gone. Roger says he didn't want any. He just left. I said, okay, well, we're in for a treat because this is going 5. And we sat there till 5 more games.
Wait,
It
you
was
left?
incredible.
You just left the event?
Just left.
I left. I didn't think it was going to go the distance, and also I wanted to beat traffic.
Sure, wow.
Beat traffic
Wow.
after it was tied up 1-1.
What
It's
a
best
dad
of the first
move.
and 3.
What a dad move.
Turning-
Same fucking shit my dad said after SummerSlam 1994. Undertaker versus
And you missed it.
Undertaker.
And you
It's
missed it.
League of Legends. I don't know what the fuck is really happening, right? I'm not super involved in it. I watch the rest of it on Twitch from the comfort of my own home. Don't turn this into this.
Hey, you turned it on me. I just had to give the real
I
really
didn't
quick.
turn anything on
Homeboy
you.
left after game 2. It
And how-
became
how
a
does that
historic
involve
best of
anything
5.
else?
That's all. That's all that
How,
happened.
what does that have to do with anything
I heard
else?
Little Nas came back out looking for you.
Mike keeps saying, the whole time we're arguing, he's going, Andy, I was gone at game. It's like, you left at the end of game 1, and you came back
At the start of game 3.
at the start of when game 3 had just started.
That's a game.
Which is when I
One
left.
game, that's a game.
That's
Yeah.
one game, ladies and gentlemen.
About an hour.
Yeah.
An hour. He's
Andy.
gone.
Here's what
An hour.
Here's what I'm asking.
I'm not
Victorious games. Andy left. That's worse than what Snowbike Mike did.
I left because I'm sick of his ass. I'm in the
you.
Discord being like, you're fucking awful. You're a bad friend right now. Why would you just leave us here?
Cody Hagler, ha ha ha. Looks like Andy's in the wrong hands.
Invite us with you.
Mike,
I feel like we should.
I'd like to make one note. Like you're arguing with the guy that was hanging out with you.
At Shimbo, can't believe Andy bailed on him like that.
3 people that weren't.
The
Andy,
chat
if
is
you want
not
to
gonna
leave
be
this
pleased.
podcast
Yeah.
early too, I understand. Yeah.
The chat's not going to be pleased when they hear the truth. That's the issue. You left at the start of game 3. There was 3 more games we played. That's 3 full hours of League
hang
of
time.
Legends of hang time, right? And it's
What
just
did you
like,
and Roger get into afterwards too?
oh my God! So get this. So now media, of course, gets to be invited down below into the barrels of the beast, the belly of the beast,
Sure, yeah.
for post-game press conferences.
About
I look
4
at
hours
Roger. I
later.
say, "This is going to be a great time, Roger. We're going to go down where they interview Steph Curry, LeBron,
Yeah,
Draymond.
yeah.
It's a big deal for
Hell
me." He
yeah.
goes, "Mike, I'm really tired." I said, "Roger, I need to give you 5. I need you to give me 5 minutes. We have to see this."
Yeah.
So sure enough, we go down there. We get to see this stunning interview section, and now I know I'm in the belly of the beast. Of course.
Yeah.
So, just like anyone would do, the Chase employee doesn't care at all. She's like, "I don't know where the exit is. Walk down that way." So me and Roger are walking down the hallway. I looked at him and I said, "Don't say anything. Just follow me." Where'd we end up, Greg Miller?
On the court.
Center stage on the court. Where's Andy Cortez?
Why do I care about
Confetti
that?
is falling on us.
I
We're
don't
taking
care.
beautiful photos.
Show me some photos.
Oh my God.
I don't want to be there. Why would I
Why
care
did you
about
go in the
being
first
there?
place then if you didn't want to be there?
Because I wanted to watch some of the event with my friend who left for over an hour.
Oh my God! Look at this.
On the
He left for an hour.
Eat your heart out, Stella
Andy,
from
look at
IGN.
These people don't know. They've never gone
And so,
anywhere with
the
Mike.
moral
You know
of the
what I mean?
story, just so you know,
He's
Greg Miller,
dazzling with
moral
the end of
story-
everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand Andy's mad. And like, he's my bro. You know what I mean?
understand.
Kevin's on the outside. Kevin's my bro too, but Kevin's really mad at me. Here's the moral of the story.
Why am I mad,
These are
Mike?
These are 2 bros that have never hung out with each other.
Zero.
Yeah.
Never had real life interactions.
Never understood each other.
They're 2 cavemen who suck at communicating.
They're hitting sticks
And the
and
moral
stones
of the
together. They
story,
don't
just like
understand
love,
something.
sex, and stuff,
Yeah.
is hey, communication works both ways, right? Now, did Snowbike Mike, Jabroni Boy, could have reached out to Roger and Andy? Hey, I'm sitting in the box. I'll be there in a minute. Sure, could have.
Sure.
But could my homeboy Andy Cortez have called and said, hey, what the heck? Could he have?
I'm
full
just
of shit,
blown
dude.
away that he's
so
turning this.
full of shit.
I can't believe that this is being that it's my fault for being like you're gone for an hour. Well, before it was an hour, it was about 15 to 20 minutes beforehand during game 1, where Snowbike Mike wanders off.
Met Stella Chung. Met Stella.
Eventually comes back and then says like, "There's a restroom up there. There's cool shit up there." I was like, "Oh, cool. Good to know. There's a restroom up there." Within 5 minutes, he leaves again. Where is he? We don't know. Time keeps going. Time keeps going. Eventually, I see the photo from where he's at. This is about an hour later. I've got a box. And I'm at this point, I'm just like, I came here to hang out with you. You're not here. What's the point of being here? I don't know when you're going to come back. If you're going to come back, I'm leaving. That's the whole point of this.
I mean, Jeremy kind of sums up the argument. So Mike bailed for an hour and Andy bailed for 3 hours.
For the rest of the night.
Then that,
I
that
think
is-
the moral of the
that's it.
story, if we're going to put it all, the moral story is
Put
just
more.
you want to stick to Mike like white on rice.
Yeah.
This kid's going to have adventures. He's going to have a great time. What happened, you and Roger? You sat there like bumps on a pickle.
Sacks-
Thank
He-
you.
Sacks of
he had one
potatoes.
sad beer and then got tired. And Mike's out here living the dream. And then when Roger
Would have loved an invite.
when Roger did stick with Mike, what happened? He gets on the floor. He gets
Magic.
down there for the press
Magic
conference.
happened.
Don't care.
I work for WWE, and the next time I take Mike to a WWE show, I'm not leaving his side.
You better watch
You
it.
shouldn't.
I mean?
You shouldn't.
We're
He'll
gonna
end
be
up in.
wrestling.
He'll end up like
Me and
getting a
Xavier would
DDT.
be flipping some pancakes at people.
I think the problem, Andy, is that you just never say yes to adventure.
Ooh, that's tough.
Andy, this should not be turning on you.
It's not.
But but we all knew it
Out
would.
of-
That
out
was
of
the issue.
Out of the 6 people involved right now, 2 of them have hung out with Mike, and 3 of them have not.
No, Nick
I think
Filipino has.
I've hung out with Mike, and I'll tell you one thing right now. Mike is the kind of guy, he hears the knock on the door, a little knock. Right?
What's that?
And a lot of people go, don't worry, it's probably just the mail guy. Fucking bring me some mail. I don't need it. But Mike goes, no, that might be adventure. And when he opens the door, sure enough, it is adventure. And adventure says, Mike, would you like to come with me?
And I say, hell yes.
He says, hell yes.
Thank
By
you so
himself.
much for thank
Doesn't
you for
invite
having me on this
anybody.
Follow
podcast.
him.
I had a great time with Boy Danny
Yeah.
in the box seats.
Yeah.
He left after game 2. Always remember that. We had 3 full
Special
games.
person.
That's 3.5 hours of content. Andy was gone. I was only gone for one game. Ladies and gentlemen.
One game, an
that's
hour.
my case. Thank you, everyone.
An
Thank you.
hour.
Thank you.
He thinks he wins
to clap
this.
for that.
He thinks he wins this.
The one question I think that's really up in the air is like, did he throw the jeans on when he heard himself get talked about in this podcast and run out here? Because he wasn't wearing them before this,
Well, I think he was for the KFFO.
But he didn't
was.
take them off in between? That doesn't sound like
was.
Mike. All right, fair
He's been
enough.
rocking it all day. Mike's been a scene today. Like, I mean, you all just saw it. But, like, we have a conference room which has glass walls, right? So you can just look into it. Nick and I look in. Mike just has his legs up chilling. And what did you say? Because it was so accurate.
I say he looks like a French art thief.
Yeah. It was like so fucking perfect.
Like he does.
I love it.
I'm so sick of him. The fact that he thinks he wins this and that he is in the right blows my mind.
He's
When we were
mercurial.
arguing the other night and he was like, Andy, you're not communicating with me. I'm like, Mike, you said you just walked off. And his defense was, I went to the restroom and then I kept walking. What's wrong with that? I'm like, that's fine if it's 15 minutes. But when it's an hour and I don't know when you're going to get back, fuck it, I'm going to leave. Like, I love Roger, but I came to hang out with both of them. And I also don't really know what's happening a whole lot in this match. I'm going to go home. Like, I came here to hang out. And if you're gone the whole time, and the fact that he turned it around on me and said, you're not communicating with me, I was like, there's nothing that's going to get through to you on this one. But eventually we apologized, and I was like, I'm sorry for getting heated. He was like, I'm sorry for being the way I am. I'll know next time. But then he came in and did this.
Oh, no, this
Yeah,
was,
he
okay.
came in
It
and did
didn't-
this, and
it didn't
now,
sink
like,
in at all.
clearly,
It did not
nothing
sink
was
in.
learned. No lessons were learned.
Zero lessons
He's going to
learned.
do it
Regression,
again.
actually. I think
He's going to
someone
walk
regressed.
away, and that's my fault for not asking where is he going.
Yeah.
How did Roger take being the little brother in this scenario where you clearly didn't want to hang out with him, you just wanted to hang out with Mike, and then when it was just you guys, you're like, ah.
No,
fuck.
he kept
I'm gonna go.
discording and texting us saying, "Come to the box, Roger." And I said, and Roger was like, "I'm not going to the box. I'm here. I have a good seat. What's the point? Like, we're
Well,
not
boxes are better.
we're not crowded or anything. Like, there's
Seat, box.
a seat
Have you
and
ever
a
been
seat
in
over there."
the Chase Center box,
So eventually, I was like, "Well, you might as well go to the box because I'm leaving."
Why didn't you go to the box?
Because I was pissed off. I'm annoyed. He's been gone for over an hour.
But he sounds like he got you a cool box.
He didn't get us a cool box. He ended up coming back to the spot.
Well, because he cares about you and he wanted to be your friend. You know?
This is
not
useless.
worth it.
This is pointless.
Not worth it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some housekeeping. Of course, the Black Panther re-review is live right now. It's getting us ready for Wakanda Forever. Of course, you could go watch the re-review right now on youtube.com/KindaFunny and listen on the In-Review podcast feeds. And then, of course, you could catch us recording Wakanda Forever on patreon.com/KindaFunny Friday. Get it for free everywhere. youtube.com/KindaFunny on Monday. Thank you to our Patreon producers. And there's a lot, so everybody strap in. Morgan Lorraine, Fargo Brady, Hillary Bernard, id_Raven, Starkzilla, right? Yeah. Okay. Somebody keeps writing in saying, I know my name's hard to pronounce, but then I'm like, I don't ever see your name, so I don't know which one that is. Maybe that was them.
I've been updating thing with how you pronounce it.
Okay,
So-
well, that's not it doesn't matter. Delaney Twining, Christopher Rodriguez, the Kinda Funny Destiny 2 PC Clan, Corey Turnipseed, Tall Tree 81, Trent Berry, Joseph A. Carlson, Tranquil Uranium, Macro, One Up Pest Control, Alex J. Sandoval, James Hastings, Colin Hujunel, Carrie Palmer, Skylar Peterson, Casey Andrew, Elliot, Brian Cheney, Casey Kern, Greg, 2 G's in the front, 2 G's in the back, Trevor Starkey, Adam, Jacob Molfelt, Super Daddy Kyle, Undertopian, David Mintel, Jordan from Kansas, boo, Cameron Bowes, Jay Kolbs, David Huzenga, Jerica Hannah, Molecule, Nathan Lamoff, Monica. Delaney Twining, again. Ryan Anderson, Kenny Kimball, Eric Velasquez, Ivan Quiz, Scotty Wyatt, Alex Gretel, Mama Murr, Al Tribesman, the Predator, Jacob Meyer, Stefan Stryker, Gordon McGuire, Bert Meg, a totally normal name, Jason L., James Davis, a.k.a. at James Davis Makes, Mick, at the Nanobiologist, Abramson, Arrow Joe, DJ Kento on Twitch, Ryan T. from Tennessee, Derek Gareg, Donald Eccles, Short Fuse 06, Jordan Harrison, and Sean Valoric. They were brought to you by Factor, MeUndies, and Shady Rays. And hey, let's hear from them right now.
Shout out to Shady Rays for sponsoring this episode. Shady Rays has all the essentials you need to make summer complete. Shady Rays sunglasses offer an industry-best combination of fit, style, and performance without the big brand price tag. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection program in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they will send you a brand new pair. They also provide 10 meals to fight hunger in America with every order and have donated over 20 million meals to date. Look good in your shades and feel good by making an impact. If you don't love them, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There is no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. Exclusively for y'all listening right now, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. You can go to shadyrays.com and use code KindaFunny for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 200,000 people. And there you go. Check it out. Shout out to Factor, a ready-to-eat meal delivery. They shop, prep, cook, and deliver to your door so you can just enjoy chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals during the holidays minus the hassle. Plus, with 34 meals per week, including Gourmet Plus, Keto, Calorie, Smart, Vegan Plus, Plus Veggie, and 36 plus weekly add-ons, you'll have plenty of nutritious, flavorful options to choose from. Moving into the new studio has totally changed Gia and I's day-to-day routine, but luckily, Factor's fresh, never frozen meals make it easy for her to fuel up fast at home and save time with meals delivered ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes. Factor has everything you need for a week of flavorful, nutritious eats. In addition to ready-to-eat meals, they have cold-pressed juices, smoothies, energy bites, extra protein, veggie sides, and more. Head to go.factor75.com/kindafunny60 and use code KindaFunny60 to get 60% off your first box. That's code KindaFunny60 at go.factor75.com/KindaFunny60 to get 60% off your first box. And shout out to MeUndies. The holidays are officially upon us, and it's time to start celebrating, like actually celebrating. It's your holiday too, so you should be able to relax and do what you love. If that means watching every single seasonally themed rom-com, so be it. Live your life, do your thing. It's the most wonderful time of the year to try MeUndies because they're currently offering a very merry deal. You can get 20% off your first purchase with free standard shipping and free returns when you go to MeUndies.com/KindaFunny. Y'all already know how much I love MeUndies. Even right now, I'm wearing MeUndies socks, I'm wearing MeUndies undies, and this very t-shirt is made of the same soft, beautifully soft micro-modal fabric that MeUndies is famous for. Their undies, loungewear, and sleepwear are made out of the softest, most supple fabric you have ever felt, and that is a fact. They're available in sizes extra small all the way up through 4XL. MeUndies has what you need to make all your favorite people smile this holiday season, all in one convenient place. Feel free to start thinking about yourself now. You can get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee by going to MeUndies.com/KindaFunny. That's MeUndies.com/KindaFunny.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't have had to hear those ads if you were on patreon.com/KindaFunny, and you could be watching live just like everybody over there is Cody Hagler. And the Hagler, Melissa and Cody are always in the chat. They were divided on your issue. I want you to know that, okay?
I saw Cody Hagler saying, like, Andy, I want to help you. And it's like, then just understand if a friend leaves you for an hour, that's not a good thing. Also, Burt Meg's back.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll peer pressure him to go away.
Bert.
Don't worry.
I'll shame him.
Still Chewy writes into Patreon. No, I'm sorry. To kindafunny.com/KF podcast, just like you can for free, and says, hey, gang, I'm a Florida native, and I've only left the state a couple of times. I've never seen snow, and I have never been in a basement.
What?
Interesting.
This is what a random combo of things.
I've
I
never
think
been in a
Florida
basement.
doesn't have basements.
Yeah.
You've never been in a basement?
No, I slept in a basement
Thank
one
you.
time. But in Boston, it was like a weird thing. It was just a one-time thing. It was my first time seeing a basement. It's the only time I've seen a basement.
Hold on. Need to rewind a little bit. Why did you get all upset at him? You've never been in a basement? Like, do you know for a fact he's been in a basement?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a basement story we know?
I can't tell you about it. Okay.
Okay.
Just making this up.
I'm just saying, I don't know that Amy's been in the basement or not.
Isn't your office technically like the basement?
That's what I was wondering.
I heard Jen call it that today.
Well, it's because remember, it's on a hill, so like it's partially like there, but like the front of the house is like it would be like the first floor. So I don't think.
Can we define? So garage, we understand what a garage is. Like, what is a basement?
I think it's below the dirt.
So like, could a room be a basement just by default of being below the dirt?
I think any room.
I think it has to be fully underground, right? Like I think
Here we
that
go.
in my mind is what a basement
A
is.
basement or cellar is one or more floors of a building that are completely or partially below the ground floor. It generally is used as utility space for a building where such items as furnace, water heater, yada yada yada.
Because like basement level, is a basement level different than basement?
No, usually it's just that's like underneath whatever where you would arrive from the
First
street
floor.
level is.
The lobby.
So whatever's like level with street level, that's the lobby of a building. You go down one, that's
So-
the basement. You go down below that, that's the kill house.
Here in the Bay Area, we've got a lot of homes that are built on hills.
Right.
So, that makes it so if you go to what's this area called? Brisbane, which is just south of San Francisco, kind of by the airport.
Which I always thought you were actually talking about Australia there.
No,
So I started working at IGN.
That's right. A lot of houses are built on the hill, and a lot of times that first floor you can access by just driving up to it. That's where the main entrance. And then to access the floors that are lower than that, because they'll have 2 or 3 floors, you have to either go outside or there's stairs inside, but it is going down. None of that would be basement level floors, right?
No, I feel like no, because I think that if you're building, damn, that's a good question. Because I feel like normal basements
Thank you,
are
Andy.
there when it's not in the case of it being a hill. I feel like that's too specialized. I'm
I
thinking
think a basement, like, the house I grew up in, or I guess the second house, was a basement where it was like, that's where they had the TV. We were underneath the ground. We had window wells.
Yeah.
So, like, we had windows, but you would look out and then it would be like a well up to the light. Like, it wouldn't be like you were right there. We weren't
interesting.
ground level windows. We were beneath the ground. If you looked up that way. That's a basement.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a tornado go in the basement. You go down there. You got the unfinished basements, right? That are just concrete slabs that all your friends hang on.
That's where
Get hurt.
that 70s show does.
Right.
That's
smokes
the
weed.
basement.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. This has nothing to do with the question, by the
Oh.
way.
Great.
Who was it? I don't even
I thought
know.
it was the question. Have you
Still
guys been in
Chewy
a
is
basement
just
before?
always. This is. If you want to swerve everybody, let me recap to where we were, and then we will get to the fucking question. All right. Hey gang, I'm a Florida native, and I've only left the state a couple of times. I've never seen snow, and have never been in a basement. My question for you guys are. What's up with Ricearoni? Is it really a San Francisco treat? Is it irresponsible of them to claim it as such? Is it a staple in the San Franciscan diet? Thanks for helping this Florida boy expand his horizons. Thank you, KindaFunny crew.
It's an incredibly good question.
Yeah, it really is.
Incredibly
And
good
that's what
question.
I'd like to start with.
Yeah.
Because, Tim, I need you to know,
Yeah.
way back in 2007, when I got the job at IGN, and everybody, they threw me a goodbye party there in Columbia, Missouri, CJ's, wings, go eat there still. My friends own it now. We had a big old banner that everybody wrote messages on and stuff, and so many references to Ricearoni. Because at least Illinois and in Missouri, I don't know if it's everywhere, but in Illinois and Missouri, Ricearoni, the jingle, Ricearoni, the San Francisco treat, ding ding, and they ring the bell on the cable car and all that jazz. That's what we knew about San Francisco for the most part. Also the Golden Gate Bridge, obviously. Also,
Hills.
these fucking libs. But that's what we knew, right?
Liberators.
You growing up here your entire life, did you ever think, San Francisco Ricearoni, San Francisco trip, that's a thing that's happening here?
Yeah, it's weird where I grew up with a lot of Ricearoni in my house, but I think it's 'cause
Really?
It's delicious.
it's fantastic.
It's delicious.
Yeah, like utterly fantastic.
What is it exactly?
It's just
rice
like
pilaf.
really good rice.
We
best
ate
rice.
a lot. We ate a lot of Ricearoni as well. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but
And-
What's a pilaf?
Andy, as a Latino person, it's not very good rice, is what it is. It's
Okay.
rice mixed with some weird, slightly bigger rice noodle looking things.
It's rice. It's a thing you
roni.
boil.
A macaroni.
Oh God, I was gonna tell you it's like macaroni and cheese. That wouldn't help you though. But you get it. You boil the water. You put the rice in. The rice is done. It's absorbed the water. It's fluffy now. Then you take the packet. You open the packet. You dump the packet, and you stir that in, and you get like a
What kind of seasoning?
salty, kind of like a chicken brothy almost
Okay.
seasoning to it. And what would be great
Sounds
about
good.
it is
It
you
is.
know,
It's delicious.
You know, like a lot of like grains of rice. Like you get a brown rice and it kind of falls apart, and you're like, I can't get more than 2 little grains of these rice on my fucking fork before it falls off. You let that get cold, the pilaf get cold for a couple seconds. The whole thing is it comes out of the tray. You can eat it like a fucking cake. It's so good.
Yeah, when Ricearoni gets like.
When it gets
I
kinda
haven't
congealed.
had.
Kevin, can you bring
I
us
haven't
some
had the
images?
leftover
Yeah,
fucking
I'm about to,
Ricearoni in a
sorry.
long time.
I haven't thought about
See,
Ricearoni
this
in a
is-
hot minute.
We're talking damn, these are like all fancy now. Ricearoni's fancy as shit now.
Oh,
Sorry.
pasta roni. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, that's not what we're
evolved a bit too
talking
much.
about
Getting
though.
upgraded.
Here we go. Yeah. Like this is what you're.
Looks like
thinking
they
of.
sold out. Is what I'm
See.
seeing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's it. Right
That's
there.
it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
You see how it's got
It's a
these
pilaf. It's a
long-
rice pilaf.
It looks like fideo. Like.
yeah, it's rice with little bits of fideo in it.
Yeah. Okay. Man, those are long ass rice.
Yeah, it's not when you
No, I
when you
think
think
that's the fideo.
God,
Oh,
I'm hankering
yeah.
for some Ricearoni right now.
Ricearoni was good, man. It tasted like
love
I'm not
the
crazy.
Games
It
Daily
tasted like
background.
chicken, like a chicken brothy kind of soupy,
100%.
salty
Yeah.
thing.
If you got the chicken one, they got a beef one too.
that makes sense.
But the thing that's great about it is like that's the meal. It could be. You could add shit on top if you want, but like you could just
I
eat
never
this
did.
rice and like you're totally fine. Like it's tasty. There's all things you
some
need.
arroz
See, for me, it was
con
always
pollo.
this growing up. Ricearoni was always a side. It was a staple. Of like my mom's making chicken breast or she's making.
Even in Chicago.
Oh yeah, like Ricearoni. Yeah, it's a big
Andy,
hit up
it's
there.
the San
You know how it is.
Francisco
You know,
treat.
you're a parent. I'm there now. You're just exhausted. This kid's got to eat something. Dump it out of the box. What do I care?
No,
You know,
yeah,
mix
for
the
sure.
packet in there. That's what it was. Anyways, back to you though.
Yeah.
You grew up with it in your. But did you? You were like, oh, this is synonymous with where I live.
There's a weird thing with growing up in San Francisco, which is such an iconic city that has so many things attached to it that like you kind of just take for granted. Where it's like if you grew up in Anaheim, Disneyland's right there. It's like everyone's trying to make money off the San Francisco brand. It felt
Sure,
like,
of course.
right?
Us too.
And like we had the Ghirardelli Square, and we had all these things that like yeah, you can get them in anywhere or most places, but like I guess it did originate here. But like how much of an actual SF thing is it versus just they're just using the branding for because SF has a lot of cool iconography and stuff. So you just slap the Golden Gate Bridge on something and it looks cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally, 100%.
I mean, I'm not seeing it now here on these. I actually wouldn't really think this was synonymous with San Francisco. Looking at the packaging that we're
I
looking
hear
at
you,
right
and I think
now.
it's because it's very small. So I will point out that the actual logo of Ricearoni is a cable car thundering towards you.
Ah, that
Oh,
makes
wow.
sense. Okay, that makes sense.
See, there you
I
go.
see.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see what
yeah.
you're saying.
The San Francisco treat
Thundering
right
towards
there.
you.
Towards-
Soothing light at the end of your tunnel. Here's a Ricearoni coming your way.
Yeah, like
What is
cable
that? Is that
cars are
Metallica?
such
Yeah,
a thing
yeah.
too.
Oh, it
You know what I
is.
mean? It's like it's just it's easy wins. There's sound effects already. There's a whole vibe. Fournette's the other thing people are always talking about.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
the SF thing.
Really quick, I do want to say I think that the real San Francisco treat is it's it.
It's it.
Yeah.
But like it's it, and I'm speaking out of turn probably, so feel free to correct me, everybody. It's it is a more local thing, right? Like I've never heard of an It's It out in the Midwest.
Is that the candy place or the?
no, this
ice
is the
cream
ice cream
sandwiches.
sandwich place.
Oh, right.
They're
So-
delicious. There
I
you
love
go.
It's It's, but I grew up eating It's It's because it was a California.
So
thing.
they're down there?
Yeah,
They're-
we used to
they're
have
not-
It's It's. Like we go to the beach. The It's It was always the ice cream
Yeah.
sandwich that I was like, I'm gonna get this. It's at the beach, and I immediately regretted it because it was immediately full of sand. Every single fucking
Eating at the
day.
beach
It wasn't.
sucks.
It wasn't the It's It.
The
Kevin. It
Kids
was the
always
fact
like,
that-
let's go have a picnic with Ben at the
Yeah,
beach.
it
I'm like,
sucks.
that.
You were stupid. You put it down for a hot, or like you didn't realize you had sand on your hand, and when you moved it over, you're just eating
I think
caked on sand.
I want to say I think you might have been a dumb child, because like I've had It's in many places, and I know.
But you guys,
But
have
how
you
much
guys
sand
didn't-
did
Wait,
it
they
make
got
you not
pumpkin one?
care,
I've never had the
Kevin?
pumpkin one.
Huh?
You guys also
No,
you guys
I
don't
fuck
go to the
with
beach
sand.
up here.
Huh?
You guys don't go to the beach up here
We
like
go
we
to
used
the
to go to the
beach
beach.
all the time.
Bullshit. We used to go to the beach,
No,
California.
Tim-
7 o'clock in the
Tim-
morning we'd be at the beach
Tim
all
and I-
fucking day. Everyone's burned. There's sand everywhere. You got 18 layers.
Alec
of,
Baldwin's sweaty running.
Everyone's sweating around, running around. Mark Wahlberg's here doing comedy for no reason. It's a serious fucking movie.
Tim and I would go to me and Cool Greg would go to the beach
We're
all the
beach boys.
time, and we'd often just go to Santa Cruz. Just a weekend trip to Santa Cruz, and we'd have a great fucking time. Sand would go everywhere. Not on my fucking It's It though, because I'm an adult and I know how to handle it.
I don't believe you
What
guys
year-
did the beach like we did the beach.
You and Jen ever
Well, I
think
didn't
about
say it looked the same
getting a
way,
little
but-
tent?
We got it.
Like taking a tent for the beach picnic?
You name it for this kid, all right? Well, I think we're babying him. You know what I mean? When are we gonna rough him up? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And get him
Throw
ready
this
for
kid
the
to the
real
wolves.
world out
Throw him
there.
to the wolves.
But no, we got a little beach tent
Give
for
him
him
a
for sure.
fish,
He
let
loves
him
it.
gut it.
He got the little sun shirt too. You know what I mean? Because we got sunscreen for him, but he's got these like.
No,
it looks
but
like,
like,
he's gonna go boogie board.
I mean, I'm only bringing up the tent in order to avoid sand in the food.
Yeah, no, it works. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then I'm sitting on. I'm not in the tent. I'm on the outside.
Oh.
And then you bring the sand in the tent.
Well,
it's
that's
the
why I
whole
meant
fucking
And
like
there's
a
just
big
sand
tent.
everywhere.
I meant like a
Oh,
big
not like
fucking
big.
tent.
There's a tent for like that baby. You know what I mean?
That baby.
That baby. Exactly.
I meant like a big tent, like you're almost like here. This could house a family in here, as well as I
For
mean
the
you're
beach?
you're pretty large in stature, but you know what I mean. Like eat a little meal in there, a little rice-a-roni in there. San Francisco treat.
It is San Francisco.
And it's See's Candy.
All right, here we go.
Another one.
Is See's Candy San Francisco?
Yeah.
The big ass factory.
I didn't know they originated here. I mean, again, that's another thing I grew up eating, and I loved. We used to have a standalone See's Candy shop in Riverside, California. And you'd go and they dressed in like the See's Candy, like
old women
candy, outfits.
I think they still wear those,
And
right?
that the candy, I don't know, maybe. But we used to go and they gave me the free piece of candy. I used to love that. I was like, dude, what a great way to sell me this drug. Give me a little hit first, a little
It's funny, Andy,
key
bringing
bump.
up the liquor store with the kids after school. There was a See's Candy near my elementary school, and they had to limit people because every day there would just be a line out the door. These freaking kids trying to get loaded up on the free samples.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
they want that shit.
It never ended.
Glen Ellen opened a bread shop when I was riding my bike to school, and I would stop in there and get bread samples in the morning. They're like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're not buying bread at all. You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah.
I mean the bread.
Riding the lightning.
Now, also, this is just to close up an open thread from the
About
Patreon
basements?
producers, where when I got to Starkzilla, and I was like, something's not right. Somebody wants me to correct their name. This isn't who I thought it was. But this is the person who did want to change their name to their business's name, but then gave us the wrong business name because they changed their business name. So Starkiller should have been Immersion Fragrances. So there you go, everybody. Get back to
slack
it.
me
Get
that,
back
so
to
I know
it. Well, I put it into the page.
then
It was
we
supposed to have been updated
we
on the
good.
Patreon thing. It didn't get updated on the Patreon thing. Now it's up to the Patreon thing. So hopefully that's good. We will continue to look. I think that's it. We'll figure out if that's the person or not. However, I digress.
Digress.
Do you want to know the story? I mean, obviously, San Francisco Treat, how did it happen? It must have started in San Francisco. That's the story. Do you want the long version, Nick?
Sure.
All right, this is from Wikipedia, right? And I'm going to need your...
Can you find out about Paul Schaefer while you're there?
Well, how do I pronounce this name?
Domenico.
Domenico?
De
Domenico. In 1890,
name.
Italian-born immigrant Domenico de Domenico, which is dope. I could only hope my name would be Greg de Greg. Are you fucking kidding me? Amazing. Moved to California, where he established a fresh produce store. A successful businessman, he married Maria Ferrigno from Italy. Back home, her family owned a pasta factory, so in 1912, she persuaded him to establish a similar business in the Mission District of San Francisco. The enterprise was Gragnano Products Incorporated. It delivered pasta to Italian stores and restaurants in the area. De Domenico, right? I got it right?
That's what I think so. I think so.
Parsky, Vince, Tom, their sons worked with them. In 1934, Parsky changed the name to the Golden Grain Macaroni Company. Tom's wife, Lois, was inspired by the pilaf recipe she received from Armenian immigrants to create a dish of rice and macaroni, which she served at a family dinner. In 1958, Vince invented Ricearoni by adding dry chicken soup mixed to rice and macaroni. It was introduced in 1958 in the northwestern United States and went nationwide 4 years later. Because of its origins, it's called the San Francisco Treat. After a trip to Italy in 1964, Vince returned with the idea of Noodle Roni Parmigiano based on classic noodles Alfredo. As the product line extended with other shapes and sauces, it was renamed from Noodle Roni to Pastaroni in 1995. In 1986, Quaker Oats Company purchased the Golden Grain Company from the Domenico family. In 2001, the Quaker Oats Company was purchased by PepsiCo. American Italian Pasta Company bought the Golden Grain brand in 2003, but the sale did not include Ricearoni, which remained with Quaker Oats and PepsiCo. Ricearoni is marketing low-sodium versions of its primary products. The company has marketed a line of products with brown rice.
I think he's trying to play you off.
Nick wanted me to play you off.
You want a long version? You want a long
Play the
version? You
Peanuts
got
theme
it.
song.
All right. Still Chewy wanted to know, and now he knows. I've never heard less about Ricearoni than when I lived in San Francisco. But also
that's my
times have
thing.
changed. Times have
They
changed.
have
They have changed.
My mom doesn't cook me anymore.
At that point,
Yeah, it's a
at
good
that
point.
point, with all of the expansion and all of the new, like you gotta look inward if you're working there and be like, is
What
this
are
the
we
right
anymore?
move? What are
Yeah.
we?
But
We're
like-
such a facsimile.
Like
of what we used
embracer
to
groups
be.
at the end of it.
Yeah.
Domenico
Ricearoni.
de Domenico would be rolling over in his grave if he
Exactly.
saw what they've
Real
done
quick,
to
I
this
just want to say
brand.
this before I forget. Domenico de Domenico reminds me, Andy, this year you win a Swan Wick for Halloween.
Yeah.
This week, Anna de Armas is starting to shoot the John Wick spinoff, The Ballerina. We haven't seen her outfit yet. Your next Halloween costume, Andy de Armas.
Oh,
Just watched.
I like that.
Just watched No Time to Die again last weekend.
She's so lovely.
Just
I would
reminded
do
of how she
anything
just
for
stole
her.
that whole movie.
I'd
Stole
risk
the
it
show
all.
in that. That sidekick she throws in a heel with an MP7 in her hand. I'm like, fucking badass.
So special.
Get out of here. It's badass.
What a film,
What a
everybody.
film. Gotta be honest with you, long though.
Oh, it's a long film.
Long movie.
What a long film.
Got to 2 hours in, I was like, good, I'm gonna take a break now.
Greg,
And
what
I-
did you
I take a
discover?
break.
I'm on Ricearoni.com. on the chicken flavor, which I think we'll all agree is the OG.
It's the GOAT.
It's got a 3.4 out of 5 stars on
That's
their own
horseshit.
site. 20
And
reviews. I'm gonna read them. Give me a 1-star review for
You used to just,
Ricearoni.
if I'm not mistaken, you used to like pour the green in, pour water in there, bring it to a boil, and then just let it like sit, and then the water would all seep in, and then you'd open
Like
it
a
up.
tea bag or something?
Kind of like that, but instead, you know, in tea bag we put the tea bag in, and there's still water afterward. Imagine if you put the tea bag in, and the tea bag just expanded into rice that tasted like chicken broth, like really salty chicken broth. And my mom used to just pull up the pot top and. You get that, and the whole kitchen would just smell like salty chicken broth, and this shit is not good for you. It's just carb after carb after carb, and I would eat the whole bowl. Yes, I would eat the whole thing,
man.
dude. And it was also one of those things, like Greg probably knows this. I love cold pasta, I love it.
Yeah.
Coming home, if there was any of that in the fridge, that was
Cold
gone.
Ricearoni, yeah. Because
fucking
when it congeals
dog.
into like
it's-
clumps. It's
Yeah, you
great.
can eat it with your hand.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
popcorn.
Good.
I don't know.
This is a bad
This is
one.
a
You feel really
3-month-old
bad if you're like, I was like 8 years old.
And
not
you
giving a
knew back
shit
then.
about what the fuck I was eating.
Yeah.
And even then I was like, oh, I shouldn't. put
As
this
an
in me.
8-year-old, you were like, Mortal Kombat, great movie.
Yeah.
This rice bad.
exactly.
Like you were smart enough to know that. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. It is not looking. These reviews, these are stinging reviews, right? This is Maharaja from Del Mar, California, 3 months ago. One star. Her title: Less Rice.
D. Domenico would
Holy
be rolling in
crap!
his grave.
Bought a couple new boxes of Ricearoni after we ran out of our pandemic stash and went to make it, and there was hardly any rice compared to before. We have a large skillet. We make it, and after dumping it in, it was piddly amount. After cooking, it didn't even fill the pan as it usually does. What a ripoff. Looked at the box and it says 4.3 ounces when it used to be 7 ounces. This would normally feed a family of 3, but there is only enough for 1 person now. You guys are a joke. You have lost a customer, and I'm spreading the word on social media of your new ripoff product. You have lost a family that buys your product.
What are the odds that this person needed their son and or daughter to help them log into the internet to leave this comment?
I'll be honest with you. In the live chat,
There's
Greg
no doubt
says-
there's like a 60-year-old writing that.
Greg
Too
says
much
that's
rice,
called
not enough
shrinkflation.
roni.
That's a real thing that's happening right
Yeah.
now. A lot of companies are doing that. They're pulling Trader Joe's. I used to love the turkey jerky at Trader Joe's. It's overpriced, but I'm like, I'll treat myself to a packet of turkey jerky. I bought it. Open it up. It's 3 pieces of turkey jerky now. And
What the fuck?
they subtly like changed it from being like 8 ounces to like 4 ounces. Same price though.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's the problem. And so it's like it is an issue right now. As a lot of people are trying to get those profits back, and it's they're shrinking everything around. A lot of shrinkage, Andy. That's what that means.
A lot of shrinkage.
That's what that term is used for.
I don't know if it is. Andy, since you were so quick to turn on me and play me off, I'll give you a food question. How about that, all right?
Sure.
Ryan Mayberry writes in to KindaFunny.com/KF podcast, just like you can, and says, what is better, clear your mind,
What is love?
bread or tortillas?
Oof, shit. That's tough. Fuck. No, wait. Where am I at? Am I at Cheesecake Factory?
I'm going to make it even worse for you, all right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't stop there. I was hoping he would clear his head and answer Ryan's questions, but he didn't.
Okay.
As a follow-up, would you rather live in a world with no bread or no tortillas?
I'd go with no tortillas.
And you don't even like sandwiches.
You're such a piece of shit.
But I'm thinking pizza. I'm thinking burgers. PB&J.
Pieces and J's.
Sandwich.
Jizzles.
Bread.
Crusty bread, dip
just
it in
bread
like
in
a-
general.
Yeah, like bread that you get at a restaurant.
bowl. You've ever had a clam
Grandma
chowder
started
bowl
thinking
and
about,
bread bowl.
goddamn.
You get
Bread
down to the-
sticks.
Baguette.
Sticks.
Holy
How you
shit.
gonna eat what you can't
Cheddar
do
baked
with tortillas?
biscuits.
Is
bread?
non-safe?
I think that's a
more
kind of bread.
tortilla. I know.
No.
I'm calling it. That's like a tortilla.
I feel like by
It's-
I'm
definition, it's
Googling
more
naan right
bread-like.
now, and it's not. It's a flatbread. That's a
If it's
bread.
like-
Bread's in the
then
name.
It's like
But
unleavened.
which, like, tortilla doesn't count as a flatbread? I know it's a dumb question.
It's
Well,
unleavened. It's all
here's the thing:
unleavened.
is that again, the genie has showed up in front of us. He's not even a genie. There's no 3 wishes, no don't fuck me. He's just saying, hey,
Yeah.
you got to pick.
Hey,
And so, like, all right, a tortilla is a thin, circular, unleavened
shitty
flatbread.
genie.
So it is a bread as well. Just put
It's a flatbread, yeah. But this is.
You rub a magic lamp, the genie comes out. You're like, oh, what am I gonna get?
He's like, I'm taking stuff away.
choose one.
choose one. That sucks. Like, fuck, this is a wrong lamp I rubbed.
Yeah. Yeah. See, my
Go
old
back
Nick,
in.
though,
You
because
You're like,
demon,
you're
go
like,
away.
give me something. I take something away.
for the sake of argument, to even make this a competition, you've got to give some more shit to the tortilla to have a chance. Because if you're counting bread and pizza, it's like, all right. And
See, and
burgers
that's
and all that.
exactly,
it's like,
that's the
oh,
problem.
shit.
Where I think I sit there and I think of a loaf of bread, right, and versus a tortilla, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, then it is a race. I think maybe if we limited it that, you have a chance. But it is that thing of like, if you even give me the fraction of a chance that pizza is included in this, then I gotta make sure pizza exists.
Yeah.
I can't.
What if it's
garlic
just
bread?
sliced bread? What if it's just sliced bread?
Just slice. Okay, so now we're talking about sliced
Oh,
bread.
that's easy as fuck. Get rid of sliced bread for me.
Andy, I think that the thing that really freaks me out is the peanut butter and jelly. Because, like, I'm thinking of what other medium
You can
I
put it on a tortilla.
Eat. No.
Try it.
No.
Roll it up.
I have. It's really good.
PB&J roll up.
I used to take wheat tortillas,
No, wheat tortilla. I'm out
peanut
here. I'm
butter,
done.
grape or strawberry jelly, roll it up, boom.
Wow.
And you know what it is? It's like a dessert burrito.
Hell yeah.
Could I have an Uncrustable? It's not sliced bread?
No, it's sliced bread.
No, it's
100%.
not.
That's sliced bread, dude.
They
Have
just
you not
jam
seen
it
the kids?
together.
No,
Yeah.
it's like a fucking.
It's
Pita
debatably
pocket.
a
It's like a
tortilla.
pita pocket. It might be a tortilla.
No, guys, it's sliced bread. You can buy kits to smush it and make it.
Well, yeah, that's how you make it at home.
Yeah.
When the machine at the Uncrustables factory is doing it, I don't think they're throwing away they're taking a
crust.
piece of
Obviously
bread.
they're not, but like it's meant to just be sliced bread. It's not like.
I like when Kevin gets fired up
empanada.
about the specific topic.
But it's
Kevin
meant
gets
to be
fired up
doesn't mean it
specifically.
is.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying it's not an empanada. It's different bread material.
There's
And
two.
an empanada
I'm putting
is
it
the
on Twitter poll.
closest thing to it, right? And you can back me up in this. Shape-wise, empanada is the closest.
Is an Uncrustable closer to a PB&J, or no, I don't even want to put that, to a sandwich or to an empanada? It's an empanada.
Empanada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you feel like it's
That-
enclosed.
okay, but
There's an
like-
enclosure.
Yeah.
Is calzone also an empanada?
Yeah.
Yes, it's an Italian empanada. And for once, Kevin, I wish my people would have the fucking balls to just say it. They don't say it. Just
Just
call
don't
it
say it.
Italian empanada,
I don't have the Twitter login.
and that's it.
Yeah.
You want me to put it up?
Yeah.
This is rough for me because like I am a tortilla enthusiast in a way that I haven't seen many people be. Like Nick has seen me do this many times.
Yeah.
How do I eat a burrito?
Oh, that's a tough
You kind
question.
of like unhinge your jaw and just take it.
Did you see that kid with the biggest mouth?
No.
For 9 a.m.
I'll find this video for you.
Monday through Friday, Eastern Standard Time.
I don't know. I haven't seen you eat a burrito
At
in a
the
while.
end, he gets all that stuff off and he eats just the tortilla.
So the answer is I don't eat that much. So normally a burrito is way too much food for me. So I'll eat half of the burrito, but I still want some more. But my favorite part is the tortilla, specifically it's been sitting in all that juices, everything's been in
juicy
there.
juice,
So
yeah.
I'll turn up the second half and I'll kind of pour out all the insides, which are usually people's favorite part. And then I'll just chomp down and eat the rest of the tortilla.
You know-
And I've never seen someone not judge me for that. Every single time, be like, "You're a fucking monster," and I'm like, "I'm a tortilla enthusiast. What the hell can I tell you?"
I'm not going to judge you for this, and I'll tell you why.
You have many times.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge you right now for this, and I'll tell you why. Because I can't deny the fact that the last bite of the tortilla is the best bite of the entire burrito.
Yes.
And it's because all the juice and all the grease
All
and fats
there.
and cheeses and salsas and avocado and all that, it's congealed into that bottom. And if you get it right, and if you eat it at the right time, it's not soggy. It's still a little crispy maybe, but it's got a little sogginess in the middle. It's the best thing on the planet.
Best thing.
If we
I
could
think-
just sell the butt of the burrito,
Burrito butts.
That's what keeps me. That's what. Oh, that's why.
Fuck you, Andy!
Yeah, that's how I always end up eating too much of the burrito. Is I should throw away half the burrito at any point, but the burrito butt is so good.
It's so
that I
good.
keep
Like,
going 'cause
is
I
that
gotta
like the
get to
drumsticks? Like the end of the drumstick?
Yeah, dude, it's good.
I'm trying to finesse this poll here to make sure I'm representing whatever I'm supposed to be polling, right? Which is an Uncrustable more like?
Yeah.
And then an empanada or sliced bread, those are the choices we're putting in here?
We were saying, yeah, well,
Empanada or PB&J. Well, I don't know. Let's
Or
go-
sandwich is the thing.
Sandwich.
Is it more like an empanada or a
Or a
sandwich?
sandwich.
Okay.
Kevin, can you bring up the assets link that I sent earlier?
Yeah, sure.
Just right
One
now.
second.
Man, burrito.
I was
butts. It's
scrolling
like
Why are you
TikTok.
showing
$1 billion
this? I don't
idea.
like this. Make me
I was
uncomfortable.
scrolling TikTok. I saw the person with the biggest mouth in the world, the biggest mouth gape.
Like what I'm thinking is we make small, like square.
Look at that mouth gape.
That's some Attack on Titan shit.
This is straight up Attack on Titans. Keep
I hate
scrolling.
But at the same time, I'm not that impressed. Take it back. That's a mouth,
He
everybody.
can swallow a baby. It looks like he's giving
Don't do
birth
it
to a
slow-mo.
baby. That
you can fit a whole apple vertically, dude.
is this kid. That is incredible.
Wow.
Or 2 lemons.
That looks like it's
Damn.
photoshopped.
What the
That's
fuck?
wild, man.
You got an award.
Don't take that award. Do not hang that award.
It's like when a snake unhinges its jaw
I
to
love
like
it.
swallow.
Oh, this is like a whole subculture of human beings.
Greg, quick question for you.
Yeah.
Is Benji old enough for me to buy him something like this?
Well, he's not old enough to. Oh, wait, do I control it?
You can control
Oh,
it.
then
It
yeah,
does-
get him this.
Well, but
Get him this,
It
yeah.
also has foot pedals. So
This can be here. It can live here, and we can just bring him here to put it in. Yeah.
Where did this
If you're
link
an
come
audio
from?
listener, it's a Jeep. It's like a Power Wheel Jeep.
This baby can put an apple in his mouth.
All right, so the tweet is up, and that's great. The poll's
You can
happening.
put the truck in there.
Are you guys aware of Uncrustable Bites?
What?
Oh shit.
You might be
Holy
wondering, what are
shit.
Uncrustable Bites? They're another easy lunchbox-ready option filled with meat and cheese. Just thaw them and eat them. Easy, right?
No, that's
No.
a fucking. That's
Because
a,
if
You got
I-
uncured ham and cheddar bites
No.
and turkey and Colby
No.
Jack bites.
Look,
No.
Get that shit out of my
I
face.
would try
dude.
it. But the idea of what that sounds like, which is just PB&J and little tiny bite-sized things, that sounds fantastic.
If the
Well,
un-
they don't do those.
if the Uncrustable CEO walked up to me and said, "Here's some Uncrustables and some Uncrustables bites," I would throw the Uncrustables bites at his face, at their face. Could be a woman, Andy.
Now-
Come on.
Now here's the thing.
No,
Notice-
those look awful, dude.
Notice the
They look like
bread.
empanadas.
Notice the bread is different.
Yeah.
I think that for something like this, you need something more
That's
structured,
like a
and you're
cornbread,
moving.
like a
you're moving
Cornish.
away from, like the bread design.
I'm not bringing this into the argument. Don't worry, Kev.
But I'm saying this furthers my point of like, yeah, you couldn't use just normal bread because it's too weak. It wouldn't be able to hold.
Right now, the early poll results have empanada leading with 59% of the vote.
People are
Eat that
dumb.
shit.
However, I
This is
do
it.
like there's
just a
something
dumpling.
crazy happening in the responses that I appreciate. Jack the Third says, "I'm pretty sure it's a ravioli." To which Cyberbones also on his own replies, "Ravioli," and I'm like,
Dylan, yeah,
all right.
Dylan's on it.
Okay.
I do like
I dabble in
your
this.
appreciation
Dabble
for it,
Taking
as
that
if
on,
like
honestly.
you set up an ant colony and you're like, it's crazy what's happening now that I killed the queen. Like, look what's happening in this society.
Where is this poll?
Twitter.com/GameOverGreggy.
We should buy the taco bite one. It looks pretty.
I don't even know what that gross that.
Those remind me of pork buns.
Yeah,
You ever get a pork bun?
yeah, I do get a pork bun here and
You
there.
ever get those sweet and spicy pork buns?
You just flipped me off a little while ago.
That
Yeah,
was,
he
that
made his
was
point, though. He
the
made his
energy
point.
we were bringing over there.
Which I don't even know why.
Oh.
We just said something in sync, and then it was like there was an energy. You
gotta-
know?
you had
You
to-
said something. I was like, all
It
right.
needed to go from this, and it needed to radiate that way.
Yeah,
and
for
I
audio
apologize.
listeners, earlier when Nick and Tim were really excited, Nick just flipped me the bird for no reason, as if like he was like, "Eat that shit!" Like, yeah, I fucking
We
got
both
you.
said burrito butts.
Oh, burrito butts.
We're insane.
When you're that in line, what are you gonna do? When you're
We're
that
insane.
so good,
We're
what can
cracked
you do about
out.
it? You
Now
know
we're
what I mean?
cracked out.
You gotta go for it.
Cranks,
Oh my
bro.
god.
Andy getting bullied by Mike and Nick. Getting bullied by everybody on the show.
Not
today.
me.
The thing is, if
Well,
we're
I guess
gonna
I
be,
just did,
If
but
we're
like-
gonna be honest,
Andy, I've been supportive all day. I want
Thank
you
you,
to know that.
Kevin. Thank
Kevin's
you.
on your side.
Thank you.
Kevin's
You
always
should
on your
try
side.
a pork bun once. You're probably not gonna like it.
Wait, have you not had a pork bun?
Are you saying this in my defense? You should try a pork bun.
Yes.
Is that what you just
Yes,
said?
I think that's what we've learned from this. Say yes to the pork
Pork buns are delicious.
I mean, no,
You've had a pork bun, right?
I don't even know where this is coming from. To be honest with you.
When I looked at those little pockets of love, the meat pockets that we just looked at, Uncrustable meat pockets, meatballs, whatever the fuck they were called.
Nailed it. You know,
They looked a lot like a pork bun, and I said, Greg, they remind me of pork buns. And Greg said, of course I have a pork bun. I'm an adult human male,
Yeah, sure.
who's eaten things. And then I go, I bet Andy hasn't. And I go, Andy, have you had a pork bun? And you said no. And I said, you should have a pork bun. You're gonna hate it.
Oh, I didn't think I've ever said what.
pork buns are
Okay,
so
You
let's
said
be
a lot
honest.
with your
Have you
eyes.
had a pork bun?
You said a lot with your eyes.
I don't believe so.
Can you click on the picture far left there of the pork bun, the white pork bun, like a really pasty white pork bun with the.
No, but like, don't get the steamed ones. You gotta get the. Oven.
You gotta get the steamed ones.
No, the oven ones.
Is this,
You
like
see
what,
what
is this what Goku eats?
Yes.
Yeah.
These are the ones I'm thinking right here. To down. Yeah, those right there.
Yeah.
Those are I
Delicious.
love those.
Wait,
Delicious.
Nick, have you not dabbled in the oven ones?
Yeah, I've had the oven ones before.
And you prefer the steamed?
The
I
oven
like the
ones
steamed
look
ones
way
because
better than this.
For whatever reason, I like the plasticky,
For whatever reason.
kind of
hate
weird,
that. I hate
chewy
that.
texture.
Yeah.
God,
Too
And
much.
you know how
wearing
they're
your
always
fucking
like- it's like,
socks in bed.
No matter when you get them, Tim.
Yeah.
They're ice cold. No matter when you
What is
get them,
wrong with
Just
you?
fuck
they're
it up,
just
man.
kind
Have you had
of
this?
gross, and I like them a lot.
Never,
They're
no.
so-
Dude,
both
Andy,
of them-
you're like blocks away from an excellent place.
I mean, you're
to
in San
get these.
Francisco.
Both
At your home.
iterations I am a mega fan of, but like I am definitely a bigger fan of the ones Kev has pulled up now.
I mean, looking at them
I
objectively.
mean, the golden brown looks so
They look
amazing.
way
It's
better.
so good.
These look way better. But I gotta say, if you put both in front of me
Really
right now,
turning me on.
that first one I'm going for is that cold, clammy ass.
Yeah, here we go.
Maybe it's been cooked, maybe it's not all the way through, and then you get to the middle of it. So
The
good.
thing on the right looked like a fucking gem or something.
I mean, it looks like a before and after picture, but
So these-
Somebody sat on that
These
first
are
one.
the same
No, so
things.
good.
The one on the top is just steamed.
Yeah.
And then the one
It's
The
on
one
the
on the top
bottom
is not ripe yet. Like,
It's meat. It's meat.
I know, but like,
it's pork.
No, but like they're the
it looks like they're
exact
picked
same
out of nature. Like, oh, these aren't ready.
And throw it back. We'll come back to that tree in
They're
6
good.
months.
They have a different texture. It's definitely more an adventure. But like, what? It is.
Look, Kev, look, you're so
a
right
tumble.
about this because I love these things because I'm a huge fan of both of them. And I love how they're the same thing. They're just cooked a little bit differently. And then they totally different experiences.
Totally different experience.
Like, and I love that sometimes I eat both. Why the fuck not?
Mike just had his first one recently, but he got, and this kind of threw me off.
Is
He
this gonna
got-
make me mad? Is this story gonna make me mad?
No, I don't think so. He got chicken instead of the beef. I
Oh,
think
that
they
makes
were
me mad.
running out of beef, and he gave the beef one to his roommate, and when he tried the chicken one, which obviously is the lesser, and I think he liked it okay. I've never had a chicken one of these. Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
I've had
Dude,
chicken
dumps
ones.
all day, baby.
No, I mean like I've had chicken sumai, and I'm like that's great. I'll eat those all day.
No, I do. I think if you, Kevin, you see the one over there, the steamed barbecue pork one that's like the little taco. I am a big fan of those guys.
I don't like
Oh,
those.
that's different.
Nah.
That-
I know
that's
it's different. I'm
something
just,
else,
but they're on there, and we're talking about it. If
The
you put a
bu-
short rib in there, that's usually what's happening.
yeah. That's really good.
The
Oh
bun,
my
the
God.
bun to meat ratio is off. And honestly, if I'm being honest, it's lazy.
No, but
That's
the
so
bun's like
easy to
sweet
make.
here.
Look how cute that is.
It's
If I,
cute.
if
It
I
looks like-
see
it
this
looks-
at a party, I'm
kinda
eating
like
the
the-
innards and like get that shit on the
Jesus.
outside out.
It looks like a mouth.
It's fun. Like you should try it.
It's fun.
He's not wrong.
These
Ladies
are
and
so
gentlemen,
good.
this has been the Kind of Funny podcast. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table. Each coming to talk about whatever it is they want to talk about. If you're wondering about the poll,
I
ladies and
leaned
gentlemen,
over and
It's hard.
it's pretty much over, ladies and gentlemen. Empanada has 60.9% of the vote.
Yeah, we're right.
That's how you got it. That's it. You know what I mean?
Live your life.
Uncrustables are more like empanadas than they are sandwiches.
Nada.
If you didn't know, everybody, we come to each and every week. BS about whatever it is you want to BS around. You go to patreon.com/kindafunny. You can BS with us. You could be in the chat right now like Danny is, like Cody is, like Matt is, like Mr. Hawks is. Of course, on Patreon, you could support us. You could get shirts. You could get posters. But most importantly, you could get each and every episode of the Kind of Funny podcast ad-free. And of course, you could get 38 episodes of bonus content, exclusive shows each and every month. If you have no bucks tossed our way, it's no big deal. YouTube.com/kindafunny. And of course, podcast services around the globe each and every week for a brand new episode. Remember, we are going to go see Wakanda Forever tonight. You are going to get an in-review on Friday on patreon.com/kindafunny. Later on Monday for youtube.com/kindafunny and podcast services around the globe. But for now,
But before that, on Tuesday, there will be a screencast spoiler-free review of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, or Wakanda Forever Black Panther. I don't know how they're saying it.
I think it's Black Panther.
Kevin, give me the 3. Me and Andy won't be on that, so don't watch it. And of course, there was something else, shit that I got thrown off that I wanted to promote there in the thing that I was going to say about our stuff that we do in the thing, but it's gone now, whatever.
Oh, gone.
You know where to get the shows and shit. Go
Go
watch
watch
them.
'em.
You know? Fuck. Fuck!
And buy our new burrito butts.
Burrito butt.
Until next
Coming to a
time,
store
ladies and
near you.
gentlemen, it's been our pleasure to serve you.
Burrito butts.